Today is dry and we're looking at more sunshine. We're in between systems right now because, as we talked about earlier this week, we have another storm system headed our way starting tomorrow. So live look outside. I've opened up the next weather sphere window to show you. Look at this, nice and clear. But because it's clear, that means it's also really chilly this morning again. So grab the layers before you head out the door. If you're headed to work, I would say a jacket. I had to turn on the heater in my house. I'm sure some people did too. And then also the heater in the car. And then if you're getting the kids ready for school, put on those layers as well, because we're talking about a chilly day, but we will have that sunshine. 49 degrees for Malibu, 43 for Camarillo. We have those high 40s for downtown LA, 50 degrees currently for Santa Ana. And then we're looking at those temperatures topping out in the low 40s. And then for Temecula, we're looking at low 40s as well. We are also looking at a little bit more of the low clouds and fog in some spots this morning, especially in the very chilly valley. So just be aware of that. No dense fog advisory, but we could see some dense fog develop, especially in those cold valleys. I want to show you what's happening with our next weather live radar. You could see that we are still looking at this low pressure system that brought us the recent rains last night, that it's still pulling away from us. So that's why we're left with all this cold air this morning, and we're waiting for this next system to move down the coast. So with our next weather headlines, you could see that this is not what I was trying to show you. We're looking at another system as we head into the afternoon. So what I can tell you is that we're talking about a cooler day here in Southern California, and then we're also looking at temperatures going to stay below average for the next few days. So I want to show you our highs, and then we're waiting for that next storm system to arrive as we head into Thursday and also into Friday. All right, so look at our highs today. You can see that we're not getting much warmer. Maybe just a degree warmer than yesterday, a degree or two, but we're still staying well below average. We're talking about low 60s for areas like Simi Valley, for Santa Clarita, and also for the Woodland Hills area. Low 60s for Santa Monica and also for Manhattan Beach. 64 we're looking at for the Long Beach area. But I want to show you what we talked about rain-wise yesterday, because with all the rain that we did have, this now puts us for the month for downtown LA just under 3.5 inches. But the total rain amounts that we've had since we set the rain gauges back down on October 1st, we're under 5 inches. So we are well above average. Normally this time we should just be under an inch. So yeah, we are definitely smashed records, and we'll continue to see that as we head into the rest of the week, because we're talking about additional rainfall, anywhere from half an inch to an inch of new rain with this next system. So 64 degrees will be the high for Santa Ana, and then we're also looking at 62 for Mission Viejo, and then in our Inland Empire communities also looking at temperatures hovering in the low 60s. So anyway you look at it today, it's going to be a cold one as we head into the rest of the afternoon. So here's a quick look at the rain totals also for parts of Orange County. We're looking at just over 3 inches this month alone for Santa Ana, so that now puts us just under 4 inches since we set the rain gauges back down to zero, since the rainy season started. So Riverside under 2 inches just for this month alone of November, and then total since the rainy season started just under 2.5 inches. So we're definitely doing really well compared to this time last year. But that next system you can see is going to bring us more rain. And then the good news is that once it starts to push out of here by the weekend, we're expecting drier conditions, and it's going to also slowly start to warm up. So another day or two of rain Thursday into Friday. And then by Saturday, we are drying out. You can see our temperatures here. We're talking about temperatures in the low 60s today, and then we get back down into the high 50s once that next storm system arrives, moving down the coast. And then as we head into the weekend, upper 60s, so definitely much nicer than last weekend. For the valleys, mid 60s today, low 60s to end the week. And then look at that, looking ahead, the weekend, we're looking at those temperatures topping out in the mid 70s. Inland Empire looking at a high of 63 today, and you're also going to see those 70s return as we head toward the end of the weekend. All right, Kalina, back to you.